Okay, so let's start at the beginning. You've got a lot of major arcana in here, and lots of movement. So Page of Wands. Wands are fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, but pages also can be messages. Messages from the past, messages that offer something. The wands are kind of lighting up for me as in motion, as in offers. This could be an offer for a new job, a new situation, a new place to live. But it looks like there's a whole bunch of information coming towards you for the month of November. I know it's been a little out of whack for you, dear Tauruses, kind of starting things new, not knowing where to begin, but those answers are going to be coming to you little by little, the beginning in the month of November. Page of Wands, this can be a child, a fire sign child, but I'm really feeling it's more of a message that has something to do with either physical movement, homes, or a job, or just more clarity on where to go for the next month or so. So you're getting some messages coming in. Pay attention. Those may come in any form, whether it's a physical letter, an email, message from a friend verbally. So pay attention to the messages that come to you. They will kind of reveal some clues on where to go next. But it looks like you've got a lot of action in here. You've got a lot of new stuff happening. The sun is the new beginnings. So it looks like that your whole slate has been kind of wiped clean and that you get to start anew. For some of you, it may have been feeling almost like disastrous events. Disastrous events have forced you to make some changes, but they are on the horizon. New beginnings. The sun shining here is lighting up for me like new ideas that will be very welcomed, and some healing, not only to your physical body. For many of you, it will be your physical body, but your emotional body. Looks like you have gone through the fire, so to speak, and come out on the other side. So now it's time to plant those seeds. And this is kind of like planting the seeds in the garden and watching your garden grow. These are new ideas. This is opening things up to your passions, your desires, the things that you've always wanted to do. But now with a clean slate, you can move towards putting anything out there in the world that you choose. So that is the sun, new beginnings. Even though it's in the cross position, which is usually a challenge, it feels more like a gift than a challenge. But there's a lot of question marks. All I see is question marks, question marks, question marks. What do I do? Should I stay? Should I go? Should I this? Should I that? All of those will be shown to you. So take the time just to float for a little bit, Taurus, and let the information come to you. But also putting some information out in the world on what you want to do, just planting those seeds so they can grow. This is lighting up, this nurturing. It's time to nurture yourself a bit, and nurture your garden, and really plant those seeds for the future. Right now, there's all those question marks. Well, what the heck are those seeds? The information will come to you, and you'll know when it hits. So there are a lot of possibilities, a lot of new possibilities, a lot of growth. These grapes are lighting up for me. Or some of you getting into making wine or planting a garden or something like that. But yeah, but it's like looking outside yourself and looking outside the norm. Things that you've always done. This is a complete different shift. So if two choices come to you, dear Taurus, take the new road. Take the new road. Plant those seeds and watch them grow. What is in the past is a temptation. This is the devil. It could be drugs and alcohol. It could be a proposition of an affair. It could be like doing what you morally know is not cool. So whether it's an addiction, an affair, whatever it is, but it's usually on the negative side of life, the challenging side of life. So it looks like you were able to break some chains of repetitive things that were going on, whether it's challenging addiction, releasing an affair that's not healthy, or a toxic relationship even. But it looks like you were able to come to some decisions in the last month, pass the tests. I look at the devil as kind of like a test of our own moral compass, a test of our own moral strength. When we know that we're doing something that's really hinky and not right and not beneficial for ourselves or others, but we continue to do it, it becomes a habit. But you were able to be challenged and meet and master that challenge. Looks like you cleaned up some communication with someone that was very staticky. You've come to an agreement. You've come to some considerations, and it looks like owning your own stuff. They're owning their own stuff, if it's in a relationship space. But you met and mastered this. You were able to look at the tests and walk through the fire and change some behaviors that were much healthier for you. All right, the Knight of Wands. This is a fire sign. This is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This can be someone under 30 if it is a person that you're dealing with, Taurus. Someone that maybe charges right into things, doesn't really look at the consequences, may have some anger issues. I'm feeling that it might be either a child or someone of a dependency nature, dependent on you, either financially, emotionally, or physically. But it looks like there is a bit of a challenge. It needs some clear communication. This person needs to be reeled in a little bit. It looks like kind of making knee-jerk reactions. So just speak your truth. It also can stand for you making knee-jerk reactions, which, Taurus, I know that you get your passion ignited and you really focus on something almost obsessively so, but this is more of kind of volatile energy and making quick decisions. So when I ask Spirit about this, it's just really take the time to investigate things before you jump into it wholeheartedly. I'm also feeling it could be a child or a dependent person that is making very rash decisions that kind of affect you, the rest of the family, or the rest of the community. So you may have to speak some words of wisdom and do it with integrity and kindness. The Emperor is right here. That is exalted energy. That is doing the right thing. That is raising your levels from a lower survival level up into integrity. And it can also stand for a wise person of good judgment. But really, it looks like you've taken a step into really examining your morals this last couple of months and what works for you, how you can change things, how you can open up your heart, how you can have your heart song go out into the world and be brave. Whatever your new endeavor is, be brave about it. Walk through that wall of fear and do it anyway, dear Taurus. Do it anyway. There's a lot of good things on the horizon for you, but you gotta keep going. Don't give up. And I know last month was don't give up before the miracle. Well, you're right there. You're right there. You're starting to see some of the miracles. You're starting to see the changes. You're starting to see other people owning their stuff, and how this change that's been kind of thrust on you, how it is actually benefiting you. So no worries. The Emperor is in the foreground. It looks like a physical level, a physical burden is being lifted from you as well. You will have to do a little work on that. For some of you, it may be physical therapy. It may be putting down, the bad habits. But the movement is there. And you're starting to see the changes. You're starting to see the gifts of your hard work. And a lot of people have had a tremendously hard time the last couple of months at really redoing our bucket list, really looking at things from a different perspective, and choosing the high road. So you're starting to get rewarded for choosing the high roads and making those very hard decisions and being diligent. You guys are one of the most diligent signs, the earth signs. You get in there, you hunker down, you do it to completion. So continue that vein. Do not give up. And You're right on the precipice. You are right there, and you're starting to see some validation for all the hard work. The High Priestess is the foundation and the basis of this line. And that's also higher integrity. That's choosing the high road. That's speaking your truth with kindness and love, not letting things sit and fester, and feeding your soul. However that looks, meditation, church, getting out there in the world, speaking your truth with love and kindness, trying to collect the information, and really taking the high road. This is really about taking the high road when you see people falling all around you into either despair or addiction, but it's you continuing on your path with your truth, with love and kindness, and really finding the balance within you. It looks like you've been kind of imbalanced for a while, Taurus. Very imbalanced. So taking that time to find that quiet space, talk to the God of your heart, and making your next move with wisdom, but making that movement and keep going no matter what the pull is on you, that really living in your magic, and your magic twinkle is coming back, Taurus. It's coming back little by little by little. And each time you take another step into integrity, another step out of the habitual things that aren't healthy for you, trying something new, each time you will get rewarded. So that is the basis, and you have embraced that. It looks like you have embraced that fully, and just letting it flow, not swimming upstream so hard, just letting it flow. And it's very good. You found your patience and your diligence. This is also a planting your seeds and watching them grow. You have lots of different choices. You have new purpose in your life. It looks like new purpose that is kind of a little bit confusing, not sure what to go or what to do with it. So it's also collecting information. It looks like it may take some money to start this new endeavor, but with the Emperor right here, I think when you're ready to make that change, make that motion, the money will either just be there, or you will be able to connect with people to create it. So I know it's been sparse a little bit on money, and you've done your duty. You've done your time with the old broken alone stuff. So I think the rewards are coming soon. But just figuring out what those passions are, what those pleasures are, and where to plant the seeds. You've got one idea pretty sturdy, but all the rest are kind of out there. Keep collecting that information. The money will be there. Just put it out in the world. Talk to your angels. Let them do the hard work, and see how your garden grows in the spring. This is not immediate, but little ideas are coming to you little by little by little, and you will see the rewards for that. Justice card is right on top of that, so the more that you move into your integrity, the more that you will have justice. This looks like a completion for something. It may even be legal. Could be an apology as well. Could be an apology to you or from you. Justice is the equalizer for what has been happening also in the divine realm. So it looks like you will be rewarded. Finally, you will be rewarded for some of your hard work, your speaking with kindness and love, and pulling back some of that energy. I know that you guys can really get single focused and kind of walk over people. But that doesn't look like that's been happening lately. And you are being rewarded for that. You're much more able to work with people. Kind of an ebb and flow is happening to your life. More kindness, more healing is coming to you. More kindness, more healing is going out from you. So the Justice card, that's great for those that have been embattled in a legal dispute that will be coming to a head, that will be ending, and there will be some justice. I'm feeling maybe even insurance. I don't know if car accidents or fires or some kind of accident, but something is coming to an end, and there will be some justice involved for you, Taurus. So the culmination card is the 7. This is kind of the dream card, and it can stand for living in a dream world and kind of being awakened by reality, but it also can stand for redoing your bucket list, figuring out what you want to want to do in life. And I think the blinders have been pulled off of you, Taurus, and you have been able to see the truth of many matters and kind of bring things back down into the earth realm. Really take a look at what's going on, not what you wish it to be. But also, every 7 years we change internally, some for the better, some for the worse. But now it is time to either redo that bucket list, relook at what you want your hopes, dreams, and desires to look like moving forward. So being more present as you're very present right now, is the time to recreate your highest wishes and dreams for yourself and your future. Also pulling off the blindfold and looking at reality, looking at life really how it is, not how you wish it to be. And that helps you propel forward into this Ace of Cups. Cups is emotions. Aces are what I call the God cards. So really filling yourself up and releasing a lot of pent-up emotions from pains from the past. So they have been standing in your way, and it's healing you, and this rain washing down is like cleansing you. It's cleansing you. The closer you get to your truths and your hurts and really releasing them, not allowing them to dictate your future choices, it really brings you to a much calmer place. So your emotions have been a little bit more even keel lately, because you've allowed yourself to really release some of the pains of the past, whether it was sexual trauma, whether it was abuse trauma, or just trauma from your childhood. You've been allowing yourself to release that and to really feel that, and also being able to gift to yourself all the positives, all the positives. You are enough, Taurus. You are enough. So go out in the world and make some magic. It looks like you're kind of at the end of a cycle too, where you're feeling a little trapped. You've got to do a couple more things for the completion of something. Just hold steady. Stand in your power, speak clearly with conviction, but with compassion as well. And the completion of this cycle is just right there. You are having a little bit of struggle with some communication. Some of it is some of the same. You may have to shift how you handle or how you present yourself with certain people for them to hear you a little bit, but there's a little bit of static. So I'm feeling like it's the residue of all the work that you have done over the last, 18 months, maybe even 24 months. You've been doing a lot of work. Your whole world is different than what it was 24 months ago. So this is kind of the residue, the ending of it. Hold fast and you will reap the rewards of that hard work. You're right there. So I'm going to get a little clarity with these cards here. These are my beautiful past life cards, and I used them last month and they were so successful. I'm going to use them this one. Okay, health, take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Don't come out of the gate guns a-blazing with no backup. And communal living. So take care of yourself, take care of your health, don't give it all away. Be kind and respectful to those in your community, as they will be kind and respectful. If there is a challenge, if there is a static, come to the forefront with your grievances with an open heart, ready to compromise. Usually communal living means a lot of compromise, a lot of understanding, and just allowing things to flow. So that is what I'm picking up. Your health, that's very obvious. Take care of your health, not only your physical health, but your emotional health. Find some space for you, either in quiet meditation, contemplation, but just take care of you. Eat the foods that really give you energy versus those that slow you down. So you've got some stuff coming up and you have some things to finalize.